Welcome to the Kindess Chronicles Olympic edition. Here we are once again, hoping to get the world a dose of the Minnesota kindness that it desperately needs. We're back in the downstairs, downtown studio. We got Steve Brown here.
Hey.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
We got Jeff back there. KG's on the horn. KG, where are we calling you at?
I'm on my drive to one of the great Minnesota traditions in late February, early March.
Culver's.
A section final hockey game. Well, no, I do love Culver's. I wish I could double dip and bring the Culver's into Anderson Arena. The first ever high school game at our alma mater over at that beautiful campus we call Tommyland.
At the Penny, I think is what they're calling it, which is great.
I love it. It's beautiful.
We have a really cool guest with us tonight. Kelly Paradise. We will get to her in a moment. You're wondering, who the hell is Kelly Paradise? Well, chairperson of the board of the soon-to-be Minnesota Hockey Hall of Fame, but we're going to get to that in a second. She also happens to be related to some famous hockey guy that we're going to talk about in a little bit, and his wife. So we're also expecting Andrea Kangas, who is a listener and a dear, long time friend of Kelly. But first of all, let's talk about this last weekend of Olympic hockey. Let's start with the girls, or the women, forgive me.
So cool.
I just want to start by pointing out that Parker Fox, guest of ours, episode 99 or 100, his fiancée, Taylor Heisey, who's yet to be on the Kindess Chronicles, but of course was on the Wooden Sticks podcast.
Of course.
She had one of the greatest passes, I think, in all of hockey when she found the gal who scored the goal. But KG, you're the hockey expert. Why don't you describe what happened for the three people that haven't seen it?
Well, remember the pressure that these ladies are under. They had swept through the prelims against their arch rivals from Canada. They had blown them out in the first round of the tournament, 5-0. Canada was missing their best player, and their goaltender, who's a superstar, didn't have a great game. So now everybody's just assuming they're going to win the gold. And Canada comes out, scores a shorthanded goal, plays the perfect game as an underdog, gets an unbelievable game in goal. And next thing you know, we're 58 minutes into this hockey game, and it's still 1-0 Canada. And so U.S. has to pull the goalie. Their 5-time Olympian and captain, number 21, Hillary Knight, makes an unbelievable play to deflect the puck and get it to overtime. And then our girl, Taylor Heisey from Lake City, Minnesota, middle of 3-on-3, risky play. She gets the puck behind her own net and realizes that Canada's going off for a change and fresh players are coming on the ice. So she makes the stretch pass from her own goaltender all the way to the far blue line to Megan Keller. And it's a risky play. If it gets picked off, they're going to come back 2 or 3-on-1, and it might be lights out. But her teammate catches the puck, makes an unbelievable move, walks the defenseman, dekes the goalie, shovels it in, and the rest is history. It was a wildly entertaining game. It was dramatic as dramatic gets, and that was kind of the precursor to what we saw Sunday morning. I'm getting a little choked up here. It was awesome.
Get it together, KG.
Keep it together.
Sorry.
So and Megan Keller, is she a defenseman?
She is. And again, in 3-on-3, there's no positions, right? You play person on person. You go out there and you put your best players out there. She's an offensively gifted defenseman.
Clearly.
But, I mean, to make that play and just to find a way to win a game. When you have to pull the goalie and you're down late in a hockey game, it's rare you win, probably less than 20%, right? So it was an incredible win. And then just seeing the way they were able to celebrate, a lot like with the men. Like, to me, we live in a different world. In 1980, it's so interesting listening to those guys talk about it. They had no idea what an impact it was, what a big deal it was, because they were all kind of cubbied in there in this tiny little Lake Placid. Well, this is different now with social media. We're in the locker room. We're getting to see some of these celebrations. And, the men's thing is carried over to Miami and now to the White House. So it's like you're right there with them. It's an incredible journey.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. And to see both the U.S. Men and women do it in overtime, do it against Canada. It's got both such great teams. Made it that much more, I think, special.
When did the women start with Olympic hockey?
1998. So
Natalie Darwitz?
The U.S. won Darwitz, Karen Bai, Chrissy Wendell.
Oh,
These are some of the
Wendell?
pioneers, of course.
Really?
Yeah, if you're going back in the time machine. But remember now, the U.S. won the first one. They won one more back, I think, in 18. But Canada had dominated this thing. They had won 5 of 7.
Wow.
And even though the U.S. had all that youth and that talent and the juice, had beat them 5-0, you knew the experience on the Canadian side. They got their best player. I love saying her name, so I'm going to say it again. Marie-Philippe Poulin. They call her MPP. She's remarkably gifted. So they got her back for the gold medal game, and she was great. I don't know. It just, to me, I love the Olympics. I'm partial to winter, but I love being able to watch every single night, all these great moments. Figure skating captured me this year. I always migrate to the ski jumping. I'm just in awe of what those folks can do. But it always, for me, comes back to the men's hockey. And, it takes me back to when I was 13 years old. We've told the story already. I don't need to go down that road again. But watching the Miracle on Ice, living through that whole experience, it just always brings me back. And Sunday was no different.
Well, we have another special guest that just arrived, Andrea Kangas. Her eyes have been dilated, so
Yes.
Hopefully it works out. Andrea, you got to talk right into the mic. Hello,
Okay.
Andrea.
Hi.
And let's talk to Kelly Paradise. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
You gonna play your little? There you go, a little fanfare for Kelly and Andrea.
Yeah.
So the men's game. Let's fast forward to the men's game. What did you see? What did you feel? I'll tell you what I felt. I felt tears rolling down my face when they brought Johnny Gaudreau's kids out on the ice. I said, okay, that's enough. I give Uncle.
Yeah.
Pretty emotional, right? 26 million people watched. I just got the numbers.
What?
Down with you guys. 26 million.
Holy
people
smokes.
At its peak. And you know what? Again, with the Gaudreaus in the stands, with his jersey hanging in there, and realizing that Zach Werenski that made the winning play, basically.
Yep.
He out-muscled McKinnon down low and made that pass over to Jack Hughes. That was Johnny Gaudreau's best friend. And then we're hearing stories of how when Johnny went home right before his sister's wedding and told his dad he really had to train hard now in the next year because he had to be an Olympian with all his buddies. And then a few weeks later, tragically, he's killed. So imagine what those players were feeling, because all those guys played with Johnny at some point, whether it was in the NHL or in Michigan at the U.S. developmental spot. So the emotion was real, and I think the pride that it brought the country together. It's been divisive. We've talked about that on the Chronicles for a while, but for at least 3 or 4 hours, sports bars in North America were full, high fives, beers flowing. Nobody talked about the left. Nobody talked about the right. We were all red, white, and blue, and my God, was it enjoyable.
Well, that was until this morning when the guys were on the news channels, and boy, they really wanted desperately for them to turn this into something. There was a question asked of Jack Hughes about, the snubbing, the fact that Trump snubbed the women, and he handled it with such class. He's like, "Hey, we're just proud to be Americans." His reaction after the game was so real and just so what I think the world. I can tell you America needed that because, if the entire group doesn't get on their feet tonight at the State of the Union address, there is something wrong with this world.
I think that their mother, Ellen, did you hear her today?
Oh, yeah.
She was
on the Today
class
Show
act.
this morning.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God. Because they
tried to do the
Hoda
same
tried
thing.
to do it.
I know.
We were down here pumping iron, and Becky goes, "I don't care for that question."
Yeah. And she handled it with grace.
She really
was
did.
Awesome.
She really did. And I'm really looking forward to the deal tonight. I think it'll be super fun to watch. But let's pivot to 1980, 46 years ago. You guys must have been, fetuses at that time? Barely?
7, 8.
You're 7 or 8 years
She's
old.
just 8.
So, real quick, Kelly Paradise is the daughter of Herb Brooks and Patti Brooks. And I did want to mention one thing about the team this year. If any of those guys had trouble getting dates before this gold medal thing, what a good-looking group of guys.
Even with the missing teeth.
With the missing teeth. And speaking of a couple of people that have children that would probably have no trouble getting dates, 6 of the most lovely, gifted, genetically human beings are the children of the Paradise and Kangas crew. Just shockingly handsome gentlemen.
Here we go.
Hey, you've met them. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Speaking about not having trouble getting dates. So enough about that. Welcome, you guys. Kelly, you lived this once upon a time real close to take us back to 1980 or even before that. And what was it like to be the daughter of the legendary Herb Brooks?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I'm sure it had its... He's a dad.
Being 8 years old during the Olympics, I didn't know any better. I thought, every dad did this. We all traveled. I didn't know we were quote unquote famous. I was just a kid. That's what we did. But Andrea and I met. We were 6 in kindergarten.
5 and 6.
Five
Yep,
and 6.
kindergarten.
Yep. So yeah, she knows me as probably as much as my husband, but
Come again. Sorry.
yeah. But being in Lake Placid in 1980, I was mostly with my mom. My brother was down on the bench a lot and with the guys, but what an experience. I mean, what I take away from that mostly is the pride. I could almost still hear the USA.
Oh my
USA.
gosh.
And it was Dave Christian's mom, just this tiny little woman, just had spunk. She was an amazing lady. She got everybody going. And in the documentary, they show her with a big sign.
Yep.
But what I remember, she had a huge flag, bigger than her, and she was down at the dashboards, and she turned around, and she was just waving that flag. She got the crowd going. It was amazing.
And wasn't that the first time the
chant.
USA chant
Yes.
was a thing?
I swear the
Really?
arena was shaking. I mean, it was loud. It was crazy.
The seismic people thought that there was an earthquake in Lake Placid.
Yeah, right. Well, and my brother, they recently put a statue up of my dad in Lake Placid 2 weekends ago. And so my family all went out there, and my brother spoke, and he said, as talented as the team was and how close they were at the end, he said, I don't know if they would have won if it were in Italy, if it were in Japan.
Sure.
Because they had the backing of the American
Yeah.
people, and they had the backing of the small Lake Placid town. And he said it really made a difference, and it made a difference in that arena. The whole energy changed.
Well, and what's interesting is when you look at those hockey players as individuals in the NHL, only 5 or 6 of them had remarkable NHL careers.
Right.
Ramsey and Broughton had really good careers, but a
Ken
lot of those
Morrow.
guys. Yeah, Ken Morrow probably he was with the Islanders. Wasn't he with the Islanders for all 4 of the cups?
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
He went from the gold medal to 4 straight cups. It was
Yep.
like he could never lose.
Yeah.
And he seems like a sweet guy.
Oh, he's
And we're going to
humble,
talk
quiet.
about that because that to me is what I got out. If you haven't seen the Netflix documentary, drop everything, turn off the Kindess Chronicles, and tune into Netflix because it is just so well done.
So good.
So
And-
good. I
and-
mean, stories that I didn't even know. I didn't know
Right.
Janny met his wife there.
I know.
how
I
about
love
that?
that's my favorite story. Don't give it away. It's my favorite
didn't hear
part.
that.
That was my favorite
I
part.
loved it.
We didn't know that.
And I have told so many kids to watch this. Just no victim mentality.
No.
Can't have
And
it.
He's a pioneer,
It's perfect.
of course. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that's how you conduct yourself as a pioneer. So Janicek was the only person
brothers.
of anyone that never saw a minute of ice time, and he was such a classy guy about it. And he said he was the biggest winner because he met his wife there.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's another one. He just looks like such a sweet guy.
They're
Yeah,
all
it just-
He's
amazing.
been
I
on
mean,
Wooden Six, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. Jay.
What?
Like that. Yeah. Janny's been on Wooden Six. I knew that gets you more.
Cage's got a podcast called Wooden Sticks.
oh,
and
he's been on it. Okay.
takes all
gotcha.
guests.
Oh, they're aware. Yeah, they're aware.
I enjoyed seeing the players now at the stadium and talking. I love that. That was really cool.
And I'm close to, I would say, 80% of them. I just don't know as well because they may not be Minnesotans or whatnot, but they really are close friends. I mean, it looks like that on the documentary,
Yeah.
but they really are. And what I loved, Mike Ruzioni actually said in one of the interviews during the Olympics, he said, "Welcome to a lifetime brotherhood, guys. This is it. These players on this team, they will be your brothers forever. What you
We're
guys
family,
did
her.
together, what you guys did
I
together,
just watched
your
Miracle
family."
again too.
Wow.
What was that?
Oh, I just watched Miracle again on the plane ride home after they won. I mean, I had to.
How about me? I'm on a plane. I fall asleep. I wake up. The guy next to me, and it's the scene of my mom and dad in the bedroom talking, and he's watching Miracle. And I wake up on the plane, and I look over, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Do I say anything?"
Did you?
Get away from it.
No, I asked him who won.
Oh, you did not.
Hilarious.
Did you tell him who you were?
No, he just looked like a person I didn't want to talk to for the whole plane ride. He'd have been a talker.
Once you commit, yeah.
Welcome to the
Talkers.
Kindness Chronicles.
Oh, you got to be careful.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk. I wanted to sleep.
So if I were you, I would be wearing stuff saying like, "Yeah, that's my dad. That's my dad." But
Ask me who my dad is.
ask me about my dad.
Well, I think the best is there are a couple companies that have. I'm repping the USA hat.
That's right, you are.
Super proud of all the Olympians that competed this year, but there are a couple of companies that have the 1980 like Herb Brooks stuff that they give us. Nobody in our family will wear it. It's funny, like my boys, not at all.
Really?
My dad was he was extremely humble.
Okay.
Like he was an East Sider, true and true.
Yeah.
He wore his old Wrangler jeans, his cars were old pickup. I mean, nothing fancy. Yeah.
Nothing
I
wrong
think
with
this
that.
is, I think
It's
just,
humble.
partly we grew up, inseparable. So I feel like we had kind of the life of both of our families, but I feel like this is why I'm not very starstruck. Like I just have never been because they're just people. I know
you
they're
are
just
now
people.
being in the podcast studio.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay,
That's
let's
true.
Down here, you
You're a
have
big
to be.
deal.
Look at this guy right here. Look
Yeah,
at that.
wait a second.
But I honestly think that's why. I mean, I care more about what kind of people they are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and
Versus,
that was my dad. If you
'cause he
think
was
about
just
it,
an
he was
amazing.
his best friends were Leroy, the tree trimmer.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
when he passed away, the
It's
pallbearer.
true.
It's true. He was
Is that a
Leroy
nickname for a
Yes.
hockey player?
Nope.
No? Okay.
our
All
tree
right.
trimmer.
Exactly.
Nothing
like a
to do with
goon.
hockey. That's probably why you love
But
him.
when he passed, he again never forgot where he came from. The pallbearers, there were I think 40 honorary pallbearers.
Wow.
But the ones who actually carried him were his best friends from Johnson High School.
my
the
gosh.
ones he won the state tourney with. It was the plumber. It was the lifetime 3-ummer. It was the guys next door, and that was him.
Wow.
And so that's how I feel growing up. Like it's a big deal, but at the same time, the person you are is way more important than the fame. And he humbled us all the time.
Yeah. How did you feel about Kurt Russell's portrayal of him?
I think he did a good job.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
the
him.
accent was a little.
It was a little much. It was a little
too
much.
strong.
I definitely liked him better than
Carl Malden.
no. Oh well, yes. Oh, for
played it,
sure.
that's right, that's
For
right.
sure.
Oh, my
no,
God.
I was gonna say no one can be Patty. So I did not.
So let's
Yeah.
pivot to Patty for a second.
yeah.
I
No
want to
one can be
start by
Patty.
so Patty happens to be pals with my mom.
Right.
So I got
Explain who Patty is with
Patti
our
Brooks,
listeners.
the mother of Kelly and the better half of the Herb and Patti Brooks couple. Anyway, so we've done now 190 episodes of the Kindness Chronicles.
By the way, this week it's our 5th year. So February
wow.
26th was the first episode you guys started.
really?
2021.
20.
Well, isn't that fantastic?
5 years this week. That's crazy.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Look at
wow.
us.
Cheers.
Hey,
Seem like
now.
it, but-
I call Patty. My mom gives me Patty's phone number. And I've met Patty a number of times, and she's a pistol, I think is a nice way of putting it. She is about as fun as can be.
She's a hoot.
A hoot. That's
She's a hoot.
Yes.
How old is your mom?
She'll be 85 this summer.
85 years old. So I called her and I asked her if she would consider being on the podcast. We're going to do this Olympic theme thing. And not only did I get a no, I got a hell no. And she said, I can't stand doing that stuff. And God, it was so much fun. And I said, well, you're the first to say no. And she said, I think I said hell no. But
And she said, put it in your baby book.
She
She's
said,
the
put
first.
it in your baby
Yeah.
book. Thanks a lot. But we've known Kelly and the Paradise family for many years here in Matamidi. And I was hoping to have both you and your mom on, but we got you and your best pal from 6 years old. A nice
Me,
and
yep.
yeah. Tell us about the nicknames that the the Brooks has had for you.
Well, Patty calls me, and that's because
That's how you
probably
refer
I
to
was
yourself?
probably 9 years old, and or whatever, young, before middle school even, and would call the house, and she would answer, and she said, and I'd say, "Is Kelly there?" And she'd say, "Well, who is this?" And I would say, "It's me." So it's like she should know it's me, right? So yeah. So
And
from
would my
then
dad-
on,
would my dad
and
call ya?
Herbie called me Andrea all the
Well,
time.
of course. I feel like we should start calling you Andrea.
Andrea.
You seem very
It's
Andrea-like.
very common for anyone 55 and over, for sure.
Interesting. Is that how it was pronounced back in the
I don't know,
day?
I'm trying to figure that out, but it wasn't. I mean, for my age, there weren't a lot of other Andreas. I feel like
Is there an accent on the
So-
last E or anything like that? Is
No.
it like an accent? A
No
tilde, what do they
accent.
call it? Does it look like it should be said?
honestly, I'm 9. I'm one of 9 of a Catholic family, and I'm named after a soap opera character. Like,
They
where's
ran out
the
of names.
Bible?
They
Like,
ran
I'm
out
like,
of names.
how did I not get a biblical name? I don't know, but anyway, I'm the soap opera name.
So, and you guys met like in kindergarten?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you decided that this other couple of blondes, we ought to hang out with each other? Is that how it all
Yeah,
happened?
I mean,
And then we went to St. John the Baptist together.
Okay.
And then when I moved, we moved all just about every other year with my dad's coaching. We always kept our home. We always kept our home on Turtle Lake in Shoreview. We had 2 Bethel students live in the house and kind of take care of the house while
Okay.
we were gone. And then Andrea just grew up fairly
yeah, we
just
could
down the street,
bike, yeah.
bike to each other's house. Yeah. But after 1980, we moved to Davos, Switzerland. He coached a team in
that's
Davos.
right.
Yeah. And we were pen pals. We wrote each other. I still have some of those letters, the
Aw,
postcards.
man.
Yeah. So we would
This
write.
is the Kindess Chronicles.
Well, and so, back to my dad being humble. When after 1980, we'd go up to Kozlak's in North Oaks, and it was Sunday after church, and people would come up to the table. I mean, the win was just there and
Oh,
ask
yeah.
for
Oh my
autographs.
gosh, yeah.
He didn't do it for that. He didn't do it for him, as they showed in the movie. I mean, it was truly that was him. It was never about him. The statues and everything. Now he would not be happy.
Oh, that's funny.
But anyhow, we go to Sunday brunch and the autographs. He moved us to Davos, Switzerland. I mean, because he proved that point. It wasn't about him. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
And he coached the Rangers
And
for
then,
a while?
And then right after that, yep. So
did
after
you live in New
Switzerland-
York then?
Correct.
Okay.
We lived there 3 years. And then, I coached there 3 years. And then I went to school there 2 years. And then my mom finally, when I hit high school, she's like, that's it. We're not moving. So I was actually able to go to high school for 4 years in one place. And he coached the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While
then.
you were in
And-
high school?
And the North Stars, correct.
KG, how many years were you in high school? Because Kelly
Well, we
got
had
out
3
in 4
in
years.
Burnsville.
Okay.
Well, we only had 3. That's all we needed in God's country back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember what a big deal was when Herbie got hired to be the North Stars coach. And, I obviously being buddies with Lou Nanny, I've heard all the stories. And, it's remarkable how much your dad absolutely poured. Like, just the one thing that strikes me from the movie to the documentary to knowing your dad back in the day, everything he did, he was all in. And I appreciate the humbleness around it. But, man, that guy would, if he put his mind on something, there was no stopping that guy. And obviously, when you pull off the greatest upset in the history of sports, that speaks to that.
What kind of a dad was he? Was he tough?
He was tough on my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he was definitely tough on Danny. Danny's 5 years older than me. He let my mom parent me. I'd
Okay.
say it that way. And I have a letter. I don't know if you've ever seen this. I have a letter, and one of my favorite lines he wrote in the letter was, he gives my mom credit. He said, I know I wasn't there, but your mother did it. Actually, it was when I went to college. Your mother did a
think I
really
saw that.
good job raising you. And he,
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
Yeah.
He was scared of me. He didn't know what to do with girls.
Especially a teenage girl. They're terrifying.
No.
Yeah.
So,
No, he just
Let's talk about Patty. So Patty was
the
a
best.
nurse?
She was a nurse. That's how they met. She's from Yankton, South Dakota.
Really?
Yankton. I
Yep.
know Yankton.
Graduated with Tom Brokaw, and they're still good friends.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait a second.
Yep.
I love that guy.
And then my dad was interviewed by Tom Brokaw in the 2002 Olympics when my dad coached, and they were walking down the arena, and Tom looks at him and goes, I think we have something in common. Because I think my mom and him may have dated a minute or two.
Oh no.
Juicy.
Yeah. Well, that I don't know. I don't know if they did or not. But anyhow, yeah. So my dad broke his arm, I want to say, and my mom was his nurse.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he broke Tom Brokaw's
No,
arm. Okay.
no.
So
So Patty was his
No
nurse,
kidding.
and they were married 9 months later or something crazy like
Wow.
that.
holy smokes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
where did your mom
Hey,
work?
Johnny?
Yeah.
I got an interlude real quick before I bolt out of here.
Yep.
I have one Patti Brooks story, and then I'll let Kelly do a much better job of explaining what a great woman she is. So the first time I met her, I had known Herbie for years, but I didn't meet Patty until sophomore year of college at St. Thomas. Being friends with Mark Mackesy, you become friends with Dan Brooks. It's the middle of summer, and there's a party, and it's at Patty's house. So I assume Patty's out of town. And Herbie's out of town, and we get there, and so this would have been early 1990s. Herbie's nowhere to be found, but Patty is like literally trading beer for beer, shot for shot, song for song, because we had the tunes going on the tune box, and honest to God, we all ran out of steam, and she was still going. I have never seen a cooler mom in my entire life. I walked out of there in awe of Patti Brooks. But I think if you're going to be married to Herbie, you better have some fire. And boy, did she have it. So I had to tell that story. Kelly, it's something that stayed
awesome.
with me.
Kevin, that was our rule. We could only have parties if she were home. Yes. And then half the time we had this little boathouse down on the lake. Half the time all my friends were up in the main house talking to her. Like, where are my friends?
So
They're with
good.
Patty.
I mean,
good.
what a blessing to have a mom like that. Hey, KG, you call a good game. Are you doing play-by-play or color?
We're doing a preview of all the section games ahead of the game. I'm doing some in-between period stuff, then I'm doing a post-game show. So during the game, I actually get to watch it, and I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Are the Pioneers still in it?
Yeah, Pioneers are still going, but they've got to get through Stillwater and White Bear Lake.
Oh,
They're down to 4 teams.
there's
in the
4
section.
left.
They'll
Okay.
win it.
You think so?
They'll win it for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I do.
Maybe
They're the
next
best team
week
in
we
that
could talk
section.
about that girls team. Those pole girls certainly know how to skate, huh?
We call it a dynasty.
Yeah, it is
we do call it a dynasty.
2 seniors on that team. Okay, enough about you. We got to get back to Patti Brooks. Goodbye.
Have fun, you guys.
All right,
Bye,
see ya.
KG.
So your mother was like to have fun.
Oh, she was.
She still seems to like to have fun.
She's awesome. I mean, so say Wayne Gretzky calls. She'd be on the phone with him for 20 minutes. Finally, she'd yell down at my dad. They would talk 2 minutes, hang up. Anybody who called the house, talked to her for 20 minutes. Herbie,
Including me.
2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, me. Hey, me.
Yeah. She's a talker.
Well, we've
She's
also
funny.
mentioned often that if your kids want to hang around with you, and like you as a young person, you're okay with hanging around your mom. It was okay. Your friends liked your mom. That's a testament to who she is, who your
100%.
dad is, and who your household
And,
is like.
and who you become.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
And I'm friends with all my kids now.
You bet.
We travel, you know.
Yeah,
But it's not that she didn't have expectations of you, or I mean, when we, KG's story makes it seem like she was just like
No,
this party
wild
mom,
woman. No,
and that is
no.
not at all.
but
Like
your friends
she,
like to be where your mom and dad
Yeah,
were. And
she
that
was
was
fun.
okay.
She-
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
that's a
loved
great
to
thing.
be with her, but she
Well, I
did.
think as funny as she is, and it's great, and she's everybody's friend. So when my dad passed, as a child, you're always worried what's going to happen to your parent. Like, are they going to be alone? Are they going to be sad? She has so many friends and we call them the PB network, the Patti Brooks network, and they lunch. And she's on the phone. And so she's always surrounded. Well, maybe because he traveled all the time. She always had to have that girlfriend network. So she's got that. She's got that core group.
Well, and I can speak to that because
that's your mother.
Yeah, when my mom, when we lost dad, she was invited like immediately
PB
by
network.
PB to the PB network, and now they go to
got her
Perkins
card.
on some morning during the week, and she just looks forward to that, and she always talks just about how much fun all of those gals are. And it sounds like all of them have some connection to hockey,
Yeah.
in some way.
Us hockey
Like the
moms.
Horvath, isn't Horvath part of that
Diana.
group?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You know, and those of you
Back
that
in the day.
remember the name Ricky Horvath, he was class of '86, goaltender.
And Mark was a
and
great
Mark
player.
was class of '83. Yeah,
Great player.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, I think, and Andrea's right. Like, yes, we had the parties down in the guest house, and everyone would hang out with my mom. But I think, and being that this is the Kindness Chronicles, I think the greatest thing my mom taught me, and if you listen to this, Mom, I don't even know if you know this, she would volunteer at Home of the Good Shepherd in North Oaks, the convent. And she would call companies, random companies, and ask for little gifts at Christmas time for the nuns. So we used to sit at the kitchen table and wrap. She finally got a hold of, was it Crabtree and Evelyn? Remember that company?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're still going.
Yes, and they sent little soaps. And her and I sat and we wrapped individual soaps to bring to the nuns.
You know what? Right
nice.
there, that's all you have to know about Patti Brooks.
Yep.
She did fundraisers for them. I mean, she did so much.
She did
but
much,
yet she was also friends with the nuns.
And it was never about her. Like, everybody's hero is my dad. But she was the woman behind the man.
straw that stirred the drink.
Well, and that's what, I mean, yes, my dad taught me a lot. Yes, it was hard being his daughter, all that good stuff, but I had her.
Right.
And I've been on a board of the Humane Society for years and years. I am the president of the Her Brooks Foundation. I'm the chairperson of the Hockey Hall of Fame. And I know I feel like I'm talking about myself, but I wouldn't be on those boards or volunteer if it weren't for her.
Yeah.
If she didn't teach me that you don't really have a legacy if you don't give back.
Absolutely.
You know? And that's what I learned. And even my dad would write letters. And at the end of every letter, only thing he said, at the end of the day, may you have peace of mind. That was it.
Lovely.
Yep.
Can we talk about the Herb Brooks Foundation?
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys do and what your...
we started in 2003, my brother and I,
Yeah.
and he's a huge part of it. And we have a great board. But
So Danny is he's an RBC guy.
RBC guy.
Danny is just like he was a St. Thomas Academy guy, and I was telling Kelly that I remember in high school that those St. Thomas Academy clowns would show up at a Hill Murray hockey game, all with their fancy trench coats on and the great hair. Pat Fabian was one of them, and I thought, oh, good for you, Pat Fabian. But Mark Mackesy, who is just, what
fantastic.
a great group of guys. And what's really funny is those hockey players from St. Thomas that I hated in high school are some of the greatest guys.
Yeah. They're also friends.
They're great guys.
Yeah.
But I hated them in high school. They're also fancy.
I have to tell you, we hated Hill. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
The mutual disgust.
Yeah.
But
so Danny, so we started
2003.
After our father passed, we started, and our goal was, so my dad's, we found something he wrote. It was like, give the game back to the kids. He always wanted to give the game back to the kids because of the parents and, all the stress. And so we started this, and that was kind of our tagline. And this was before you have all the learn to play hockey for free, USA Hockey. So we started the inner city learn to play for free. We put thousands and thousands of kids. We had a rink rat, Joe Dietzick.
Oh, yeah.
Was our rink rat hockey director. And we put, we bus kids in from St. Cloud, blah, blah, blah. And then one day, Danny and I were like, okay, every association now has learn to play, like starting out kind of hockey.
Sure.
And so we're like, let them do it better. Like, let them handle it. And we just we're kind of hockeyed out. So we kind of dial it back. And so now we're a smaller board, and we meet 4 times a year. And now we just give. So we have applications online for giving to the North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin. And they fill out, and then as a board, we vote on who we give money to. So it's programs in need, individuals in need, rinks that may not have Zambonis. So they come to us with what their need is, and then we give them checks.
I would imagine, though, that it's largely still has some hockey adjacent.
It's all hockey.
It's all hockey.
It's all hockey.
Okay.
So it's all hockey needs.
Okay.
And
You're just not in the weeds as much as you were. You're more
exactly. And
broader.
but they have to meet certain criterias. And would have Herb liked it? Would this grow the game of hockey?
Cool.
Build, broaden that base of the
the
pyramid.
mission alive.
So who all have been on your board
Oh gosh. Well,
over the years?
it's funny that you've watched Miracle,
Yeah.
Rob McClanahan.
Yeah.
And even the documentary, I wanted to punch him.
Why?
Remember he says that in the documentary?
Yeah.
He got so mad.
Oh, and he said he wanted to punch your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
he was on the board.
He's on the board of this new organization that you're on.
So we've been on 2 boards together.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've had Ross Bernstein was our president.
Oh, wow.
For a long time. Deb Schrader, whose
Oh,
son,
God.
Jordan Schrader.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of names you'd recognize.
So I have a quick Rob McClanahan story.
Nicest guy.
My dad was a huge fan of Rob McClanahan and Steve Griffith.
Yeah.
Do you know that name?
Oh, yeah, I think everyone
So
remembers Steve.
my dad got laid off from the job that he had back in probably 74, 75. And he went to work for Hyman Freightways, unloading trucks. And I think Rob McClanahan and Steve Griffith both worked at Hyman Freightways. I think the Hyman Freightways company might have been a booster for Minnesota hockey, University of Minnesota. I think maybe they had an NIL program before there was an NIL program, but I don't know that for sure. But he just talked about just what humble, good dudes these guys were. And I remember him coming home and he brought me a whole bunch of, he always bought me hockey cards. I loved hockey cards. I loved hockey cards more than baseball or football. For some reason, I have all these memories. And he said, I met some guys that'll be on these hockey cards one day. And the fact that Rob McClanahan ended up being on that Olympic team, that was the guy that we watched because, you know, my dad knew this guy.
And he grew up down the street.
Did he?
He grew up in North Oaks.
He did?
Yep.
Huh.
Moundsview guy.
Really? Is it, where do you go to high school?
Moundsview.
No
Moundsview.
kidding. Like you. Wow. Fancy. So tell us a little bit about the new adventure that you're undertaking.
Yes.
Just
this
a
is
little project you're working
project. It's called the Minnesota Hockey Hall of Fame. A lot of people get confused with the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, which is Eveleth, but it's hard to believe that Minnesota doesn't have our own
Exactly.
Hockey Hall of Fame. You go to New York, they do. You go to Illinois, they do. Massachusetts,
Toronto.
they have- yes, well,
all
that's the
places.
big one.
Well, they have
That's
the big one, but they
one.
also have the Toronto
town
Hall of
one.
Fame. Yep.
Yeah, so it's super exciting. So yes, we brought in Natalie Darowitz. She's running the show. She's fantastic. Just adore her.
Tell us who Natalie is for those that don't know. I mean, probably the
Natalie
greatest female hockey player
Absolutely.
ever.
She was inducted into the U.S. or I'm sorry, the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto.
She was an Egan kid, right?
Egan, Gopher, Olympian.
Scored like 200 goals. I mean, she was
Phenom.
just phenomenal.
Yeah. An amazing person too. She
Okay.
really is. So we are working with the city of Inver Grove Heights is where it's going to be located, and it's just a way to celebrate. I mean, Minnesota needs this.
Totally.
We need
Definitely.
this, and it's just a way to celebrate and honor the past. You know, look at the future. You know, and get excited about the future. It's just a way to come together, and especially the little kids, give them something to believe in and dream about playing, and just a great community thing. I mean, there's
So what will it?
so many.
What will it have?
Oh
what
my
will
gosh,
it entail?
what won't we have? Restaurants, in a rink, interactive museum. It's going to be.
I
it's
saw
a
some
big deal.
architectural drawings.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Modern, but
Yep.
really classic looking. It was
Yes.
really cool.
Yes.
The stadium itself looked, it was all a lot of wood architecture, like
Yep.
that has a really warm but modern kind of feel.
And
It's
yeah,
very
we're
cool.
actually working with an interior designer next week, I believe. The logos, we're working on the logo. It's not finalized yet, but lots of fun things.
So what does the project like this cost to build?
Oh, pretty penny.
So
But it's doable.
So where's the money coming from?
Not the state. Not the state. Everyone was kind of complaining about, our taxes are going to go up for taxes. So
Okay.
it's a lot of asks and
Okay.
a lot of fundraising.
Philanthropy.
And sponsorships.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a great team.
John loves to talk about the numbers. He
Well,
always
and I
wants
mean
to know.
that's kind of my world, is the
yeah.
fundraising world. I'm
Yep.
just curious, are you at liberty to say who some of the sponsors are yet?
And not yet. And
Okay.
that's I will admit I'm not on that
Okay.
side at all. I don't like asking for things. I
Oh.
don't like trying.
My
that's
favorite
just-
thing to do.
Oh, good. We need you.
Sure,
That's
let's
just
go.
that's not my forte. Yeah, so it's exciting. So 28 is hopefully will.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah,
where
it's
in
not
Inver
very
Grove
far.
Heights is it going to be?
So you could see it off the highway. So
Which highway?
I'm sorry, 494.
Okay.
So if you are going, well, you know where the
Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're going to actually put a new exit. So it's at Dodd.
Yeah.
before
That's
Dodd.
Dodd.
Oh, that
Yeah.
area?
Oh,
Yes.
it's on that side?
So right by the Vikings facility.
Beautiful.
Yeah, right
That's
up
a
there.
cool area. The whole area is beautiful over
Right,
there now.
and it'll be kind of up on a hill, and you'll really be able to see it. And
Wow.
it's super close to people coming in from the airport.
Yep.
And there's actually a lot of hockey communities over there too.
So
That'd be cool.
Egan, St.
Did
Thomas.
Invergrove Heights own the land and donate it to you, or
Don't
know that?
part
Okay.
yet. Yeah,
okay?
can't
How
answer that
exciting,
one.
though!
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
That it's on the east side too.
Yeah. There were
That's
three
right.
Yeah, I
other-
like
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
location.
why is that a
None of
suck
this
it?
Eat Dinah
Dinah.
stuff.
Oh, good for you.
Well, just the fact that Herb was a St. Paul guy.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Cider.
Yeah. So, I love the fact that your dad was from the East Side, and now that I know that your mom dated Tom Brokaw,
Well, I don't know if they date. Let's
I don't
not
know.
start
Whatever.
rumors.
It
No
doesn't
rumors
matter.
here.
Yankton, South Dakota.
They're
I mean,
for
buddies.
fun,
They're,
just for
they're
fun.
friends.
You
How
heard
is
it here.
Tom? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just got it. He was always my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great storyteller.
Jeff, this is the quietest you've ever been. I'm
You know,
sure you've
I
got
can't-
150
I don't have
questions.
audio in
back there.
here,
Okay.
so I thought maybe you couldn't hear me, but I realized you probably could.
We can hear you, yeah.
this
Loud and
is-
clear.
Plus, I'm starstruck, so no, this is great. Miracle's my favorite movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's awesome.
Such a
What
good
does your mom
movie.
think of her portrayal in Miracle? I asked her that.
My mom's too funny for that. And she would never be like, "Oh, her."
No, she would not.
Don't you do that? Like, no.
Or the Halloween night when she
Yeah,
acts. No, that would not be her.
They got to play it up for the
Yeah,
Hollywood
I know.
aspect, right?
I mean,
Oh,
I love
absolutely.
that.
Everything
Why
fits
can't
with
I
the
think of her
caricatures.
name? The
How about the little
actress?
twerp that played you? What did you think of that?
Oh,
Did you ever
gosh.
meet those people?
Well, no. So we did go to the premiere in Hollywood.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. And so here I am, and my dad passed shortly before the movie
How
came
about
out.
that?
That's
I
right.
know.
So here we are in what was it called? Somewhere in Hollywood, and they had all the Olympians in there. I mean, they had Mary Lou Retton. They invited Olympians to come watch for the first time, and I get wind that Kurt Russell was there.
Oh, boy.
And so I'm in the corner, kind of off with my family, and Kurt Russell beeline past everyone, wanted to see our family. So I turn and I look right at him. Of course, I just start bawling, just crying, because it's like
That's
my
like your
just
dad.
died,
I know.
you
Yeah.
and he still had the hair, and I was
Yeah.
just, and he grabs my hand and he's like, Goldie, you gotta see this. I'm like, oh yeah, look at the freak.
Goldie
Goldie
Hawn.
Hawn.
Yeah, and he's yelling, Goldie, you gotta see this. You know, big freak here, bawling. And he grabs Goldie, and she comes over, and he goes, "This, could you get a better compliment as an actor right there?" And I'm like,
Oh.
"Oh,
Oh.
and I did. It was the closest thing to my dad, and
That's
he
pretty cool.
felt that was the compliment
So
of his
what did this
lifetime.
happen after you saw the movie?
Oh, it was the first time.
But I'm saying, like, was it
That
after?
evening.
Oh, when I cried. No, we hadn't seen the movie.
So you
yet.
hadn't seen the movie yet?
No.
Okay.
No, but we
you
saw
saw trailers.
We
and
saw
stuff.
trailers.
Okay.
They brought my brother out to make sure the hockey side was correct.
Okay.
You know, they really wanted it not to be. They wanted it to be authentic skating
Sure.
and stuff. So
Yeah.
Danny and his wife did go out. But yeah, we did see snippets and
And didn't Buzz Schneider's kid
Yeah.
play
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the?
Yeah.
He played
Billy.
him.
played him.
He played
Yeah.
Buzz.
Yeah.
That's super
Billy.
cool.
Yeah,
And was Buzz the only one that was on the 76 team?
I think you're right.
Okay.
And Buzzy was married. And with the other one thing that Ken Morrow had big beard.
Yeah.
He was the only one that was allowed to have facial hair because he
Interesting.
came in with a beard. Yeah,
Grandfathered in.
grandfathered in.
Yeah. Didn't Phil Vercoda may have had a beard and maybe because he played at the
I
U,
think
didn't
he
he?
had the Fu
Oh, yeah.
Manchu.
Well, that was what Janny had.
Yeah.
Janicek had that. So, can we just talk just a little bit about some of those guys from the 1980 team? You mentioned that you are often in contact with Mike Eruzione.
Oh my gosh, I texted him yesterday, or was it the day before? I don't even know what day it is today. Oh, it must have been yesterday. I said, "How hungover are you?" Because he was
Oh,
in,
yeah,
I saw
he
that.
was-
I
and he
saw
was
that.
on the shoulders. They
Yep.
were carrying him around. I texted him in the morning. Go,
Oh,
"How
fun.
hungover are you?" And his response was, "What?" I'm still drinking.
Not done yet.
Not done yet.
What a
So-
crazy thing for him to experience all that again. Like,
And I love that he said it's their time. Let them have this experience.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't
And those are hockey players.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And what? Oh, and I didn't know his story either from the documentary.
Right.
Oh,
I know. I had no idea.
yeah. All
it's a
of
well
those.
done documentary. It's very broad
That
and
was
very deep
so-
with a lot of people.
so
It's-
good.
Amazing that it's been 46 years. Did you want to ask if Patricia Clarkson, who played your mom, did she study at all your family, or was there any of that going on? Or
I have no idea.
okay,
I really
okay.
don't.
I remember her being
The hair
interviewed
was
on
right.
Jay Leno
really?
about that, and
Really?
he complimented her, and there was some great scenes in there about in the movie about just the struggles of being a mom and a wife of a hockey coach, and he's like, I don't know, honey, you'll figure it out, because she was trying to figure out how to
She
get the
did.
kids to school, but. Was that? I'm sure there was stuff like that going. You probably didn't remember as an 8-year-old.
She never,
but,
I mean, for us, obviously, she never seemed like anything was hard. I mean,
Yeah.
she was always just fun. And I mean, for my family, you knew Patty was coming because she started honking before she even got, she did, right? You know this. I mean, that's what's so funny. It's what she's known for is her
So,
honk. She'd
before
come to
we
pick up
conclude-
Kelly or come to pick up me, and she'd be honking before she even turned. We had a long driveway before you could even see the car.
Well, that's just an example of real life is way more interesting. When they write a script, it's got to all fit within the story to
Right.
get to this thing. So they probably didn't. You know,
And
they
it's Disney.
can't.
It's Disney as well.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
You know,
They
I mean,
have an agenda they're trying to.
And I
meet,
actually
but
enjoyed
real life is way
Patricia
more.
Clarkson. I mean, I enjoyed her, but
she
it's
did a
just
great
I
job,
thought she
but it
did
wasn't
great.
Really, her.
But it wasn't.
yeah.
When they put things that happened, just yes, things happen, but they maybe not in that order.
Yeah.
Like for example, I did not leave the star for my dad to put on the Christmas tree, but I told the producer the story. I waited. It was Valentine's Day, and I waited till 3 a.m. to give my dad a Valentine's Day
Aw.
card, but that wasn't in their
Timeline.
The timeline.
Christmas worked out better
exactly.
for them. Yeah.
So then that fit, but it was
That's
pretty
sweet, though. That
true.
intention is-
You know,
Yeah.
it was,
The
it was
sentiment was
similar.
there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Similar, exactly.
So I want to talk about you two. And when I chatted with you, you talked a little, Kelly. I suppose I need to say who I'm looking at when I say that, but you just talked about the friendship that you two have and the fact that you grew up in a house with 9 children. You grew up in a house with 1 sibling. What was that like? It had to have been like a completely different worlds.
Best of both worlds.
We totally had the best of both worlds.
Now
Tell
he's
us
pretty
about
much an
that.
only child because Danny, being 5 years
Right.
older,
He wasn't
was
ever around.
A lot of
No.
hockey.
Yeah, he was out looking cool.
Yeah,
in
he
his
was
I mean, we
trench
would
coat.
go to his hockey games. I
And
mean,
run
yeah, and
the-
just not watch. Yeah.
My mom would take us shopping.
Oh, yes.
You had like your one-on-one time.
Yep. I mean, I think like I feel like I took away things kind of being raised by Patty and their household, but also obviously my own. And I think probably the same for you. Like
Oh,
we
100%.
are kind of have our same foundation. I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't like
you described that when Julie, the oldest
Oh, yeah.
sister, moved on.
Then Chris
you,
got her bedroom.
Yeah.
and you got promoted to the.
I got
tell us-
sleep in the bed.
I got to sleep in the bed.
Yep.
So I got to sleep with Andrea and her younger sister Holly, and it was the best thing in the world. I didn't have a sister. I
You have
barely
sisters,
had
yeah.
a sibling. Yeah.
How fun.
To me, that was
Yeah,
fantastic.
we would go to her house to go shopping and, get a little kind of different attention. And we go to my house to
and
do
she had
to
part of the
play,
team.
be on makeup skits.
Oh my god!
To
Thriller.
And then
We used to dance.
Kelly lived on the lake, and my family had a pool, so we could choose like if we wanted to have a
Wow.
lake day or a
You
pool
had a
day.
pond?
You have to tell the story of the dance we did for my dad.
Oh my
when we
gosh,
called
this
them
is a
in.
really good story.
Bring it.
So,
Is
you
it
know,
a long story?
No, it's really
No,
fast.
it's fast.
So no, we loved to do skits. It was kind of the thing we did with my sisters a lot. So Kelly and I, Herbie had been gone and he got back in town, and we said we were going to do a little skit for him. So
In our leotards.
and our
Of course.
leotards.
My
So
sister
he
did the same
sits
thing.
down in the den, and we come down and we start singing "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee."
Oh,
Grace.
oh yeah.
From
Loud-
Grace.
Yeah.
And we had no idea what
Oh
we were
my
saying.
God.
Like, we
How
didn't
old are
know
you?
what the words meant. We were these
Think of the
innocent
second
little
line.
Catholic schoolgirls.
Oh no.
And all of a sudden, we're just still like, we think we're doing a great job. And we hear him, all of a sudden he's like, Patty? Patty? And we're like,
very uncomfortable
what
with
did we
this.
do? You know, so then we like went,
Oh no.
so she explained to him that we didn't know what
It was
we
a
were
great song for you
saying.
guys.
Yeah.
Grease was a huge.
I mean, we loved
album.
watching the movie, but we had no idea what they
Yeah.
were talking about.
Oh my God.
My sister used to
So-
dance to "Hell Is for Children" by Pat Benatar.
See?
She had no idea. She just was like dancing for it. We're all
good
like,
song.
my friend and I were like, "Oh my god, this is so funny."
Well, I think you liked it best when we sang "Oh Mickey." Remember? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one worked.
Totally.
That was
That's
fine.
Yeah, it's a little sweeter
That
sounding.
was
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I had a situation very similar to that when in 1980, I will never forget this. I was 12 years old, and my dad and his buddies were sitting around and they were cracking jokes about different lines in movies. And I had just watched Caddyshack.
Uh-oh.
And there's a line in there, and this is, we can keep this on. I decided I was going to drop a couple lines from Caddyshack, and one of them was, I smell gopher poontang. I had no idea what that meant. And my dad's,
What did they do?
My dad's friends looked at me like, let him go. And the only good gopher poontang is dead gopher poontang. And they laughed their asses off, and I thought, man, I nailed that. Afterwards, my dad says, do you know what that means? And I go, I don't know. It's like bing
don't
dong,
worry.
you know, it's
Right.
funny. It's funny. It's funny. He goes, I'll explain later to you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
So you're singing about Sandra D.
Yeah.
Lousy.
Virginity. You know, we didn't even know what that word meant.
Elvis,
Yeah, let me be.
Get that Elvis far from me.
Well, this has been lovely. We are so grateful that you guys took the time to come and visit with us. Tell Patty that she missed a really fun time.
I will.
Hopefully she'll listen to this and she can call and critique us and make fun of us and all that. So Kelly, me,
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Love it. Love it.
And,
USA.
yeah, USA,
Oh, yep.
awesome. And with that, off we go.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.